What's up, guys? Got a really cool build to show off. They're all really cool, and I will probably say that at the beginning of every video I do, because if it wasn't cool I wouldn't build it. But this one, a little special. This is the first build that I've done where we've basically just taken a copper dial and lasered a cool design on it. So we have taken an actual copper dial and just lasered on it. Your markers on the outside where you have nothing there, obviously those are your hour indicators. Your little tick marks that are after would obviously correspond with the bezel insert. But I went with this bezel that is copper cerakoted to kind of go with that copper theme. This is in a 170 case. I don't do too many of these. The base builds on these are far more expensive than the other platforms I normally use. So same overall diameter, it's just a heftier case. It's brushed as well. Then I gave you guys a cool, it's like a milled, it has a, I don't know how to describe this crown, but it is a classy crown. I like the way it has a little indent going around there, and then it's milled all the way around. Low profile exhibition case back. Did a little BBW, or no, actually this is just my signature on this crown. It's getting tougher and tougher to find, I'm sorry, rotors. Man, I'm looking at the crown. Rotors that are what I can engrave on. So obviously I can engrave on this one off to the side, but ones that are blank. So did a set of Omega style hands. And then this is on one of my buddy Jonathan's straps over at Wristbound. So I thought the stitching on this matched with that copper well, and then threw on a preview buckle to match with the case. So lots of stainless steel here, and then some copper pop. This keeper on this is a little tight. In this spot between here and here where the leather is the thinnest is the best place to feed it through. Over time it's going to stretch, but it is a little tight, so just an FYI. So whenever you're throwing this on your wrist, I would keep your keeper here to start your feed, and then drag it down. So if it's right there, if you have it overlaid on top of one of these others, it's just harder to feed through there because it's just that much more leather coming through. So I'm going to keep it on that area just to kind of work it, you know, maybe pull it down to where it's a little bit tighter. Open this thing up a little bit and drag it down maybe here where it's a little bit thicker to aid that. But very cool build. This is going to be one of the options tonight in the waffle, and I'll keep it on there for a minute. If not selected, it's just turned out pretty awesome. Bezel on this will turn left, it'll turn right. This is on there extra tight, so it will not move unless you want it to. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder, but if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you wind it just a little bit. And how you do that is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. You also see there's a little bit of play there. So if you do that, wind is to turn that way. Turning it towards you doesn't wind it, but it's a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and just go back and forth. If you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, you'll keep time throughout the day. And if you do it for something closer to 15 seconds, you're going to max out that 31+ hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. When you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull it to the one and only click, and then you can set your time. It does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. And you'll also notice you've got a wobble crown. This deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement, so when you're pushing and prying on it, you are not putting any adverse pressure on anything. Okay, Google, what time is it? 3:16 p.m. When you're good, push it over, get it out of that time setting, and wind it down. And that is the build. This is going to come with a set of, all these are metal beads. This is a nice heavy bead bracelet. It's going to come in a BVW Special Edition box. It's going to come with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts, so everything here in the center. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. It's going to come with some leather conditioner to keep this leather strap perfectly soft. If you ever feel that the strap is not as soft, apply it on the front and back, let it soak in, remove any excess. A little bit will go a long way. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It's for your acrylic glass because you can scratch it, but if you do, no big deal. Put a tiny bit of this on it. Buff against it using your included microfiber. If the scratch is up and down, go left and right, fill it, kind of haze it, and then clean it off. If that does not do it, wait a little bit and do it again. Let what you've put on there kind of solidify. And that is the build. So if it's going to you, congrats. Thank you so much for your support. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.